Yesterday, Bethesda released a remaster of the game Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It also has official support for the Steam Deck. As a big fan of Skyrim, the original Oblivion and Fallout games, I bought the game to make a video for you, sharing my first impressions and showing if the game runs on the Steam Deck. For my new adventure, I choose an orc warrior because I played as one in the old Oblivion 2, and I gave him a red color because I like the character design of Grom Hellscream from Warcraft. Also, the orc has good stats for combat class. At the start, I was hit by a strong wave of nostalgia. The game starts in the classic way, just like before, with the king accompanying you. I really like the new graphics. The main difference is noticeable in the lighting and character models. At this stage of the game, the Steam Deck handles performance well. The game has its original iconic chill fantasy soundtracks, which I really like. However, the dungeons remain almost the same as in the original game. Even though they look great, there aren't any minor noticeable changes, there are some new elements and the placement of items has changed. The main and most important difference is the combat system. In the old Oblivion, it was the biggest issue. The new system feels very smooth, it's very similar to Skyrim combat system, but the attacks feel faster to me. You can do strong slow attacks or fast quick attacks. I tried few different weapons you get early in the game, like a katana, two-handed sword, axe or mace. And of course, you have spell ready to use, which you can choose. It is a classic Oblivion style dungeon, lit by fire with the right atmosphere that warms your heart. You search a few chests. I completely forgot how lockpicking works. The minigame is the same as in the old game. The inventory has slightly changed, but still keeps the original iconic style. After walking with the king, I went to the rest of the dungeon and killed several goblins who were having a picnic at roasting crusts. They have a very nice design. And also a very tasty and crispy chicken skin. I defeated the goblin witch, and on the way I ran into the few traps. Then the game asked me to choose a class, which stayed the same as in the original game. I chose a barbarian. Up to this part of the game I'm very excited and my first impression and feeling was great. Then I reached the end and decided to enter the outside world, where an unpleasant surprise was waiting for me. My FPS dropped completely. I had to lower everything low from medium settings, which had worked fine until now. Even then gameplay was very unstable, around 30 FPS, but it felt more like 20. Of course, the Steam Deck is a handheld that's not really built for these demanding games, especially once running on Unreal Engine 5. It doesn't have a powerful hardware, but it can still run some demanding games smoothly on medium settings like Kingdoms Come Deliverance, Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Resident Evil Village. However, I heard reports that even people testing the game on power PCs had FPS issue, even with GPU like the RTX 500 series. The outdoor landscapes looks beautiful. I like the color palette, it kept a high saturation, but now looks much more realistic. There are also new snow on the mountains, along with the northern lights and stars, which looks very nice in the evening, but the game is very unstable right now. This is a no Bethesda tradition and it also kept its iconic long loading screen. I believe patches will follow to make the game more playable on the handhelds. Unfortunately, at this moment the outdoor environment isn't really playable on the Steam Deck, only the dungeons run with good FPS. After going through a few dungeons, I realized they are completely identical, basically copy-paste. And yes, this game is a remaster, not a remake, but still, if you played the old game, you definitely remember this boring dungeon, full of annoying imps, where you get lost and there's nothing much except a few chests. In the remaster, this dungeon is exactly the same, and just boring. In my opinion, it wouldn't take much extra work to add a few different NPCs instead of just spawning imps. A few decorative elements like cave plants, imp nests, bones or some water would be made it way better. But there is just tool design, I'd actually recommend avoiding this dungeon. While you're exploring the world, you don't come across many events, sometimes deer run, or you meet a rat or bandit. Exploring might feel empty to some. Even in the city, there aren't many NPCs, the game really sticks to the foundation of the original, which I understand, but it raises the question, is it really worth paying 55 euros, or it better to just mod the original Oblivion with graphic and combat mods? We also shouldn't forget the ambitious fun project Skyblivion, which started back in 2012. It brings Oblivion into the Skyrim engine, adds a huge amount of content and now is about 90% complete. For me, it's great that there will be two completely different projects, one official and one fan-made. We'll be able to compare which one is better in what. Plus, the price will be different, since to play Skyblivion you will need the original Skyrim and Oblivion, which you can get on sale today for just a few euros. To sum it up, good game design isn't always about the newest engine, it's mainly about the work of the people behind the environments, design and use of assets. In this Skyblivion might actually beat the remaster even though its engine a decade older. But for now, we still don't know when it will be released. However, I played the game on release day, so these are just my first impressions. I believe the game will offer much more and Bethesda will release optimization patches soon. It's a good all DLCs are included in this version. If you are thinking about getting the Oblivion Remaster for the Steam Deck or loaf and a PC, I definitely wouldn't recommend it right now. I'll wait a few weeks until the game gets optimized. In the meantime, watch some test videos to see if your hardware can even handle it. Also wait for the price drop a bit, it could be a nice way to bring the old game back to the life, but it's definitely not worth 55 euros. On the other hand, there are even bigger swagger moves, like Nintendo releasing the 24 years old Gothic on Switch for 30 euros. I'm glad the remaster exists. Oblivion is one of my favorite games. I'm especially happy the combat, which I dislike the most, has been improved. I really hope the game gets optimized soon, and of course, thanks to the huge fan community, there will be mods for this version that add content and improve gameplay. That's the end of my thoughts on the new Oblivion. I've only played a few hours, so don't take this as a full review. If you like the video, played the original game or want more videos from the remaster, let me know in the comments. I'd also really appreciate a like or a subscribe. I'm planning lots of interesting gaming content for this channel. Have a great day and take care.